My name is Whitney. This will be your new moon in the sign of Taurus reading. We're going to get into a little bit of astrology as well as some card pulls, okay? All right, cardinal signs. Here's the overview. We're going to go into the Sabian symbol. We're going to go into the asteroids that's present that I feel is making the most impact with this new moon. And then we're going to go into your individual signs, starting with Aries first, okay? A little bit of insight to this new moon. It does trigger that area in the sky where Jupiter and Uranus conjunction happened, which means it triggered an area in your chart, your Taurus real estate area in your chart that has to do with that Jupiter Uranus conjunction. And that's going to happen for the next 14 years, if I'm being honest with you. Once we have aspects to the sign of Taurus happen in the sky within 17 degrees to 23 degrees, it triggers around that 20-degree mark, which that conjunction happened, okay? And that's a big story unfolding for you. It's always going to bring something surprising and new that somehow allows for your expansion as it relates to that Taurus house and whatever house is aspecting that. So there's also a sextile to Saturn that's happening the same day. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well. There is a conjunction to the asteroid Hephaestus. I hope that I'm saying that properly, but basically what Hephaestus represents is being a creator, being a craftsman or woman. It represents your skill, your artistry. But on a deeper level, it also represents rejection and abandonment wounds, especially by parents. And it also represents unrequited love stories where there are mismatched unions between persons who are not really meant to be together, or they're not really suited for each other then. And it's also where you could receive justice for where you were wronged by others, okay? So like that person's getting their karma basically. I think asteroid karma is involved in this somehow, but I don't know. All I have here is what goes around comes around. So yeah. Tomorrow on May 4th, I'm recording this on the 3rd of May. We do have Juno trining Venus from Taurus and sign of Virgo. So there are some contracts around love, money, and finance that could be happening there. But I'm not gonna get into that here, right? The Sabian symbol, sorry, I forgot to mention that, is a new continent is rising out of the ocean. And I got this from sabiansymbol.com. And it says it's rising of a new place, a place to be, a new country, or to strive for a new life. Okay, so some of you may be trying to create something new within the 6 months that follows the inception of this new moon. It also has to do with creating a new opportunity or beginning of something that holds great potential. So I think about the Ace of Wands there. It also has to do with foundation that was set in the past, but a new approach is needed. So I think about the Eight of Pentacles there, or maybe even the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles have a bit of that resistance energy of just wanting to keep things the way they are. And it also has to do with new trends, ways of being, sudden eruptions of talent, and the end of ego control for those who are awakening. Okay, so it's like where you see through something of the how your ego was making you react a certain kind of way. All right, so Aries, you first. Let me write down the time for you all. This new moon is happening in your second house. So seeds are being planted in your second house as it relates to do with your finances, your assets, the things that you own. But also it has to do with your sense of self-worth. This is also money that you make from your career. And then the sextile to Saturn is happening in your 12th house. So there could be some self-sabotaging tendencies that, again, as it ties into that self-worth that the second house represents, that you all could be breaking away from by the way of being disciplined. So what discipline approach? See what I said with that Sabian symbol? They need to take a new approach. What new approach could you take in order to really build on something where maybe prior you maybe didn't have the endurance for it, right? That's what is playing out for you. So let's get into the cards and see how else this could play out. New moons takes 6 months to fully complete. So you can think around the end of October or in November to see the fullness of this, but you can start to see the story from 2 weeks of the start of this new moon, okay? For Aries, sun, moon, and rising, please. So, for example, if you're an Aries moon, this could have to do with the way that you eat, because second house does represent what we eat, and being disciplined enough. Somehow that ties into maybe a way that you're sabotaging yourself. Maybe you're an impulsive spender. You know, that's one example. 12th house also have to do with our addictions. 12th house also has to do with like hospitals. So maybe having the money that you need to do some kind of surgery. All right, here we go. Aries, sun, moon, rising, please. This new moon in Taurus playing out for the next 6 months. All right, we got the Three of Swords at the bottom here, with the Three of Cups and the Justice card. Well, this could be Hephaestus story for you, where you were wrong. I'm not gonna lie, for some of you all, this looks like some kind of betrayal. It doesn't have to be romantically. It could be a betrayal like, oh, I expected a friend to be there for me, to support me somehow, or a family member, and they wronged you somehow. And that is being highlighted here, but I see justice, okay? Some of you could be dealing with legalities. The Hierophant is here. Ooh, Strength card. This is 2 major arcana. So this is a lot that is being asked of you. You might not feel like you're in control of this because, of course, this is something that is being pushed beyond your free will. And the Six of Swords. Some of you may be leaving a job. Some of you may be leaving a job. Why is the Hierophant here? And then, remember I said, you know, that Sabian symbol also says the end of the ego to allow for awakening. And then what I said here, this isn't, you're like, you don't have the free will. This is more spirit-led. Spirit-led is your higher self, basically. And I do feel like there's some kind of call. This could represent your higher self that tames, you know, the ego. This could also represent a spiritual guide or your higher self pointing you in a new direction, because before the Six of Swords is the Five of Swords, which is somebody who is determined to win at all costs. But now I'm seeing with the Six of Swords here, you're guiding to go in a whole new direction. So let's see what this is. Why is it Hierophant? Whoa, you saw that, didn't you? Judgment. So like I said, some of you just will literally have to do with court, but it could be spiritual court in a sense too here. Some of you are being forced to transmute something. You see how we went from the Six of Swords, and I spoke about the Five of Swords, and we have the Four of Swords, and then the bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. So you all could really be in your head about something, but I feel like you're being asked to transmute that energy. I'm seeing fives for you also. You are on the brink of change. Why is the Hierophant here? What's the significance of the Hierophant? Why is the Strength card here? Why is the Six of Swords here? Moving the swords a lot. Something stable. Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. It might feel, though, because the Page of Pentacles is here, yeah, and the Ten of Swords, it might feel like you're having to start from scratch. So like I said, for some of you all, as it relates to work, you could be leaving a job. But you're starting over with experience though, and I feel like it's going to take off pretty quickly for you. Yeah, Judgment with the Queen of Swords here. So you are very jaded by what has happened, okay? Or you will be very jaded by what's about to happen. I spoke about that Four of Pentacles, holding on. And also, that's what I said here, right? Where a foundation was set in the past, but a new approach is needed. So let's say the foundation was set with a person that you were dating. The foundation was set with a business partner. The foundation was set at a home maybe that you built or you bought. But now a new approach is needed. Well, that's basically Spirit saying it's time to let go of whatever this is. Sometimes the real strength does come in letting go. And this person is gripping on so tightly to the pentacles, which makes a lot of sense since this is happening in your new moon. This new moon, sorry, is happening in your second house. You're holding on to something very tightly. And of course, it has to do with finances here. But you're being called to let it go. So let's see what you're going towards the Six of Pentacles. Look, hey, come on. Ace of Pentacles with the Page of Cups. Well, like I said, I feel like there's an apprenticeship feel, not apprenticeship. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a new beginning somehow for you all. Okay. Like it feels like you're starting small, but I feel like where you are though, it's mismatched, right? Hephaestus, it's mismatched, and where you're going, like I said here, it's gonna be really solid and it's gonna turn out that way very quickly for you. But maybe you just have to allow yourself to be open to a new approach here with the Page of Cups. Okay, Aries, let's move on. Cancer. Let's see what I have for my Cancer placements. Cancer, this is happening in your 11th house, which has to do with your career gains. Okay, it also has to do with friendships. It has to do with like social media, the wider community, networking with others, and it's having a positive sextile to Saturn in your 9th house. Okay, so some of you could be taking up teaching, mentorship, or learning something new, going back to school, becoming disciplined enough to maybe be a part of a community or start your own little community where you help others, where you teach others. Some of you may become a bit more committed to sharing your spiritual journey, because the 9th house is a Dharma house. It does have to do with our connection to God. Some of you could be going back to school, or you have been in school, you've been disciplined with it, and now you're going to see the gains from it in your 11th house. Some of you could be traveling for work with this 9th house, or connecting with others abroad. Let's see what we have for you all. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. Five of Swords. I don't know why the energy of the Five of Swords is coming up for you all cardinal signs, but it is. It did came up for Aries just now. I mean, like the physical card didn't show like how it's showing for you all, but the energy, it was present. Maybe you have some Aries placements you might want to check out their reading, but I feel like you're going to be on the fence here about, do I stay, do I go type energy. You're not satisfied with what is being given to you, but I don't know why you feel like you need, or this could be you facing like the competition, right? Like you facing people who they're not satisfied with what it is that they have, but they're making it a bit complicated for you to do what it is that you want to do, and that has you on the fence. We have Temperance. We have the Hermit. Okay, see, the first two cards for Aries were major arcanas, not these, but they were major arcanas too, and I told them that this is more fate-led. Like they don't have free will over what happens with this new moon in Taurus. And the Queen of Wands. I feel like you're becoming very wise in a certain area of your life with this Hermit and the Queen of Wands here. You are developing, or you have developed a skill to a point where you could share it with others. But I'm also feeling with the Temperance card that you have to go where you're welcome. Maybe the community that you're in right now, or that you have been in, wasn't it, and maybe that's why the new moon in Taurus is happening in your 11th house, to put you in a community or in a, or in a workplace where you actually are welcomed, okay? Because with these two energy, this definitely gives me envy and jealousy, but I feel like it's directed towards you, really. So let's clarify Temperance, please, for Cancers. Hermit card. Why is the Hermit card here? You've outgrown something though, or some people or a place. Why is Queen of Wands here? And you're becoming powerful in whatever this is. Queen of Swords. Justice. And the Eight of Wands. And then we have the Queen of Cups there too. So, three queens, that does give me gossip energy. Hephaestus has to do with, and I didn't mention this for any other sign, but I'm going to mention it for you. I wrote it down in that book, and you could Google this and clarify. Hephaestus does have to do with where feminine people despise you, okay? So like I said, you could be facing some of that energy, but it also has to do with where you receive justice for where people wronged you. And I'm feeling this energy here. You're definitely going to receive that justice. But because this Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, I feel that you are a little jaded by it. You are a little paranoid. You are a little scared, okay? You could expect some kind of message here. It could have to do with you receiving that justice, like you getting that confirmation. Maybe something that someone did to you, it happens to them, or they apologize, or they're exposed somehow. Page of Pentacles with the Four, with the Temperance card. Six of Swords with the Ace of Wands. Yeah, that's moving towards that new opportunity. Even the Page of Pentacles is starting fresh. And that's what the Sabian symbol had. If you listen to the beginning, it has to do with where a foundation was set, but a new approach is needed, right? And I also said in the beginning that it gave me Ace of Wands energy, the fact that it's the beginning of something that holds great potential. And you're very knowledgeable in whatever this is. This is what you're moving towards, okay? This is the energy. Five of Swords comes to 46 of Swords. This is what you're moving away from, Cancer. Something that holds great potential. Yeah, well, hello. The Queen of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles. This is stable financial security here. This is also somebody who attracts people who envy them. So I do see your gains from your career, or whatever it is that you do is going to increase your popularity. It's going to increase, but not in the environment that you're in right now. Okay. Let me just get one more on the Page of Pentacles and Temperance card. Oh, that makes sense. I was going to say that this could be a Sagittarius, but your sixth house is Sagittarius, especially if you're a Cancer rising, right? Your sixth house is Sagittarius. The sixth house has to do with enemies, especially in the workplace. Yeah, Six of Wands, come on, with the Page of Pentacles. This is victory. 666 may be important for you all. But if you take that new approach with the Page of Pentacles, I do feel like this is what this represents too. It's going to pay off big time for you. Like, it really does hold potential. You possibly just have to drown out this energy. Drown out the people who are being envious of you, okay? Let's move on to Libras. Just clear this out the way, Libra. All right, Libras, there's a lot that's happening for you, you know, because you also have the North Node transiting and Chiron transiting your 7th house. You recently had a solar eclipse there. So there's a lot of new beginnings and healing and stuff that's happening for you. And this is happening in your 8th house, which is a deep house, it does have to do with shared resources. It has to do with intimacy, vulnerability, or wounds, or addictions, or depths. And it's making a sextile to your sixth house. Saturn is there in your sixth house. So I do feel, as I said, with depth, this could be a new approach to how you handle things financially. This could be, you could receive a promotion or some kind of pay increase. You could also be receiving extra money that helps you to pay off debt. Maybe your partner is blessed somehow, or you're receiving an inheritance, or some kind of money from someone else that you didn't like directly work for. Okay. Now you also are being asked to be disciplined in your daily approach with the sixth house here, which does have to do with what you do day to day. So if there's some kind of bad habit that you're trying to kick, Saturn in your sixth house is giving you the discipline to do so, and that's perhaps is how you're going to see some rewards. Okay, not going to take these, but it's interesting to see. It's like you make a decision with Two of Wands, you take a risk, and with Three of Wands you get that return on the risk. So for Libras, please, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Moon and Taurus beginning within the next 6 months. What did I say about your seventh house? And there goes that Two of Cups, the eight. Oh, I'm gonna take all of these. If it's not a partnership, like if it's not a relationship, it's the best partnership that you could think of. If you all have been going through situations with unrequited love and mismatched unions, you're meeting the right person. Okay. But like I said, for some of you all could be getting raises or promotions, or perhaps just finding the right job and the right contract. Okay, because these, if I just looked at these, I was like, oh, this is marriage, right? But then there's also the Three of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles afterwards, and this could represent a contract that is signed, okay, as it relates to work. There it goes. The Fool came right back out. So there is some type of risk that you're being asked to take here. Perhaps some kind of investment. Yeah, investment. There it goes. Seven of Pentacles. Which is the investment card. And the Queen of Swords. Well, that is your energy, the Queen of Swords, but maybe that has to do with the discipline. Saturn does exalt in the sign of Libra, so it's giving me that energy of discipline. Let's see. Oh, perhaps in your work there's some kind of or some kind of, I don't know what this is. It could be anything. There's so many of you. Your charts are different, but something that you take the risk in puts you in a high place with this Queen of Swords. Excuse me. Why is a Fool card here? What is this leap? Why is Seven of Pentacles here? And why is the Queen of Swords here? There goes the Ace of Wands with that new opportunity that I spoke about in the beginning. Page of Pentacles with the Devil. And in this case, I'm not seeing the Devil as something bad. I'm just seeing it as representing a contract. To start something new, something that holds great potential. That's the Sabian symbol. Look, Eight of Pentacles definitely has to do with work, with the Magician. So this could have been something that you've been manifesting, something that you really wanted. Two of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. The only thing I see with these two is you probably need to take a step back, and maybe that's what the Sabian symbol is take a new approach. There's probably needs to be a balance in how you're doing things. Okay, in order to gain the top reward of this, The Queen of Swords with the Two of Wands. What decision do you have to make? There's decision. I see 222 for you all. 222. With the Six of Wands. I'm going to be honest. It seems whatever decision you make, you're going to be successful regardless. Because you're going to have the disciplined approach or just the intelligence to sustain it. Okay? So maybe there's not a need to worry about if you have to overthink it. Maybe it's just a need to possibly do. All right, Libras. Congratulations. Let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see what we have for you all. So this is happening in your 5th house, this new moon. 5th house has to do with our children, our inner child. If you're old enough, your grandchildren, or hobbies. If you own a business, the business, your skills. And we have Hephaestus that's also present. So for a lot of you all who are like content creators, or if you're skilled at something, this is the new moon for you. Okay, now it's also making a positive aspect to Saturn in your 11th house. 11th house has to do with how you network with others, especially if you have a business. That's very important, right? It also has to do with your siblings, older siblings, your wider network, like people who are your peers in the industry that you work with, online world, social media, stock investments. With this 5th house and this 11th house aspect, like if that's something that you're into, stock investment, this is a really positive new moon to look into that. And 11th house has to do with your gains from your career, your long-term gains. So even if you are a business owner, that's still your career, right? So this is a very positive aspect for you with Saturn there being your 11th house. It's all about just being very disciplined, and that's going to allow opportunities, that come your way, that you make the most of it. Because that's the only thing about sextiles. You have to make the most out of the opportunity, or else that's going to happen. Let's see. These take about 6 months to play out. When we reach around the full moon in Taurus, which is October, end of October, early November, that's when you'll see the fullness of this. But within the next 2 weeks, you could see this start to take root, Capricorn. So, what do we have here, please? Moon in Taurus for Capricorn placements. All right, I think it was Aries that got this at the bottom of the deck. So maybe if you have those placements, check out their reading. Let's see. Honestly, Libra was the only one who didn't get this Five of Swords energy from all the cardinal signs, okay? And I did say in the Sabian symbol, it's about where we stop letting the ego control what it is that we do in order for awakening. So there could be some kind of betrayal that had put you in this Five of Swords energy, or it's about to come and put you in that Five of Swords energy. But it seems this allows for a new start or a new approach for you all with the Fool card here. So let's actually get into the reading and see. Yeah, Five of Cups. So you may subside from this Five of Swords energy to the Five of Cups. And anger is a secondary emotion. So this could be where you're reviewing where things went wrong. Page of Pentacles. I think all signs got this Page of Pentacles. And it is about, that new beginning. But the foundation has been set. And you show up. The Devil. You could be breaking from some kind of behavior or mindset or approach, and that could be where the Sabian symbol came up, where I said, let me find it. In the beginning, if you didn't listen to the beginning, please go back. I said the foundation was set in the past, but a new approach is needed. Okay. So maybe what you wanted, for example, if you had a business, maybe what you wanted that didn't pan out the way that you had anticipated, right? But that doesn't mean you have to abandon it altogether, because look, there's still 2 cups. Okay. Perhaps it's just an old way. Let's clarify. And just separate these from the previous read. Yeah, I saw that 8 of Pentacles, which just has to do with your craft, your skill. Why is the 5 of Cups here? What's the regret about? What's the regret about with the 5 of Cups? 5 of Cups also has to do with, like, apart from regret, it's like where we may feel hopeless, a sense of hopelessness. But like I said, there is still 2 full cups. So it's like all hope isn't lost. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? Capricorn. And why is a Devil here for Capricorn? Three of Swords again. So there's definitely some kind of pain that you're processing here, Capricorns, or will be processing within the next 6 months. But under this, you have the 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups again, with the Ace of Cups. The foundation is set. There's something that I feel like with the 8 of Pentacles here, you just have to allow yourself to take a step back. And then, like, let's say, for example, I don't know what example. You create clothes. I'm just going to use that as I'm sure that out there. You create clothes. And your clothes are beautiful. But maybe it's not getting to the audience the way that you want it. Maybe there's a new approach that you need to take there, especially since you have Saturn in your 11th house, and 11th house is all about that visibility, right? I know it's a while. I know all of you won't do that, but that's just an example. 6 of Wands with the 5 of Wands. A lot of 5s for you all. 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. Changes are on the horizon for you, that's for sure. I think you want something here, but then you're still conflicted within. You receive some kind of victory, but you're still conflicted. So it's like you never really got the victory. And that's why I said whatever may have motivated you before with the 5 of Swords may have got you to a certain point, but with the 5 of Cups, you're going to be in a space now where you're assessing, did I really win? Or if it's not win, it's like a certain level of success, but then you take a step back and maybe this isn't the way you wanted to be successful. Page of Pentacles with the Sun card and the 2 of Pentacles. The Sun card normally represents, you know, blessings. It represents happiness. But it could also represent clarity. And especially with the 2 of Pentacles here, you're weighing things up here. What's the best approach, right? The Devil with the 3 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. Another 5, 5, 5. Change, Capricorn. I feel like there's something that's coming in for you here with this 3 of Wands. But if you're not careful with the Devil here and the 5 of Pentacles, your insecurity or the ego, a lower part of you that is directing the way. I just saw 333. The part of you that is directing things on a subconscious level that you're not really aware of, it could mess things up for you. Okay? So be conscious of that. Let me get one more card on that. One more card on the Devil with this 3 of Wands. What is the 3 of Wands that is coming in? Whoa. Love to see it. Love to see it. Whatever it is. I mean, for some of you, yes, it could be because this is in your 5th house. A child could be involved. Okay, family could be involved. But for some of you, it just has to do with the emotional fulfillment that you would feel to accomplish whatever this is. Okay, but like I said, you just have to temper this low vibrational energy here. You have to heal whatever this is. It's like Spirit definitely is giving you this fresh chance here. Okay, but you have to allow yourself to take a new approach. So if you were burned badly in the past about something, this is your second chance. Just make it count. Okay. Anything else there? No, that's it. So I hope that this helps. Until next time, be blessed.